What's in your wallet? If you're a Capital One banker, a few days ago you didn't want to hear that question. I certainly didn't want to hear that question because even after payday, I didn't have access to funds. My scheduled bills couldn't have been paid because of the sudden outage that left us all unable to access our accounts or to move money. Personally, my thought process was bombarded with what ifs. What if this outage lasted longer? What if this was an issue with our payroll department? What if I was depending on this money, my paycheck, to buy my son's insulin? Yes, my son is insulin dependent. What if this outage coincided with a natural disaster? What if I had no food in my pantry to feed my kids? And these are just a few of my reasons why we need an emergency fund. But apart from having an emergency fund, I've decided that I'm going to start a month ahead fund, which will be held in a separate account just in case a reoccurrence of this situation. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I will be creating my month ahead fund to avoid financial stress during events like these. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Rose and I'm on a debt-free journey. I do not want to waste your time, so let's get right into this video. So I already went ahead and I created my spreadsheet of how I want my month ahead tracker to look like. I also input my goals for each of my bills, my most essential bills that will keep me protected for a month, my four walls as it's often called. So my rent, my utilities, all that I need to get by for a month, my essentials. So what exactly though is a month ahead fund? So it's a financial cushion. You can compare it to your emergency fund, but I don't want to compare it to my emergency fund. I look at it as a financial cushion that ensures that I have enough money to cover my expenses for the next month. So just think of it as a personal safety net. So let's break it down in simple steps. So first, I analyze my finances. I take a look at my income and I already know my expenses. So what I'm going to be doing, or what I did, is to list them in order of the smallest, just to have a plan or to visualize how I'm going to set up my savings goal to get this fund up and running, fully functioning or fully funded. Step 2 is to create your budget. So I'm not going to create a full-fledged budget because I believe just listing my expenses for the month, my necessities for the month is enough. All right. But you can go ahead and create a full-fledged monthly budget if that makes you more comfortable, that to prioritize all the essentials that you need to put in. Right. Step 3. Once you have created your budget and you know how much you're going to be saving monthly or how much you're going to be putting aside from each paycheck, go ahead and automate that savings so that it goes directly to the account that you're going to be using for your month ahead bills. This way you'll be consistently building up the fund without even thinking about it. So let me just go through my expenses here that I believe are the essentials for a month for my family of 5 to get by. My home security, my internet bill, fuel for travel, my gas bill, my electricity bill, my water, the auto insurance because you need your auto insurance to drive around, groceries for a month, which I'm capping at $500, car payments, both car payments, we need to get those paid because I'm not planning on using a deferment again, or loan payment. I'm not planning to use a deferment on our loans again. So getting these loan payments in as well as our rent. And I did miss out something that I'm going to be adding in right here. Let me put it, I'm going to put it right here above the insurance. So insert here and I'm going to put credit card payments. So I'm going to put $450 to take care of our credit card payments for the month. So let's just reformat this here. All right. So let us see how much this is going to, what's the total for this month ahead fund that we're looking at. All right. So to get by for a month, my family needs $7,680 to basically cover our bills and all the other necessities to get us by each month. With the other goal that I have, even if I don't get to achieve or to fully fund this month ahead track goal within the 12 months here, it is something that I want to continue on until I have a fully funded month ahead account. So, how I'm planning to fund this? A portion of our tax return will be going directly into this fund right here. I do have other little savings that I'm going to be pooling once those come in, I'll be able to put them or put a portion of it here as well. If you are from the Caribbean, we all know about what is called SUSO, which is group savings with family and friends. So I'm a part of that. All that is going to be lumped into this so I can get my month ahead fund up and running. So I will start from my security bill, which is the lowest, and getting small amounts in as I go each month. Whatever windfall money comes in will definitely be going into this month ahead fund that I'm building. Another thing that I am thinking of doing is to redo my W 4 form so I can get more money to take home. Because what I did, even though I'm married, what I did was to put single and I'm not claiming anybody. And I did that because my husband had two jobs. So I didn't want to hold when I filed taxes. So for on all W 4s, I put single and claim no one. So for my husband and myself. So those I'm gonna redo because he's not doing two jobs anymore. So I'm just gonna redo both of them and see how much we're gonna be taking home. And also on my W 4, what I did also was to put an extra amount, ask HR to take out an extra amount to go towards my tax bill. So I'll be cutting that extra amount as well as to just redo the form and see how much I can get to take home so I can get to put it into this month ahead tracker right here. The Capital One outage last week, it really had a lot of us panicking. And why did we panic? We panicked because we don't have a fully funded emergency fund. We panic because we know a lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck. So having a month ahead fund definitely will provide us with some peace of mind, some benefit, just as having a fully funded emergency fund. But a lot of us, we are still in the process of rebuilding our emergency fund or getting it to where we want to get it. And for me personally, I do not want to use my emergency fund for anything outside of what I term as extreme emergencies. So I already explained in another video what I consider as extreme emergency, which is job loss, hospitalization, stuff like those. So, hence the reason why I want to go ahead and try my best now to, let me rephrase that. Hence the reason I want to go ahead and get this month ahead fund up and running. So, having peace of mind, knowing that my bills are covered, whether there's an outage, whether there's a delay from HR, from the payroll department, knowing that my bills are covered, knowing that I can fill my son's prescription. Because, like I said, he is insulin dependent. It can't wait. So, those are the things that had me thinking since this outage. All right. So, another benefit of the month ahead fund is to avoid late fee repercussion, because we want to all ensure that our bills are paid on time because we are trying to get out of that. We're not trying to add on anything. So late fees, return check fees, all those we are trying to avoid. So if there's an outage and we have the money in another account, go ahead and call in those payments so we can be on track, on time. And for those of us who are renting, just like myself, we already know the date that they file evictions and they don't care. They just don't care what caused us to be late with our rent. So for some landlords, Rent is due on the 1st. The tenant is late on the 2nd. Notices are served on the 3rd. And evictions are filed on the 5th. We don't want to mess up our credits. We don't want an eviction on us. So having this month ahead fund, having this preparation so we can take care of what we need to take care of in the event of another outage or anything, we can be at peace. And hopefully whatever needs to be resolved will be resolved within a month. Because we don't have the luxury of time to wait until bank systems are up and running. Because remember again, a lot of us don't have a fully funded emergency fund. And that is what we are working on. So whether you want to look at it as your emergency fund or you want to look at it as a month ahead tracker, I am going to encourage you all to get something going. Just think about the Capital One outage and how it affected you. What were your what if questions and how you plan to be ahead of this if it should happen again. That's all I wanted to talk about in this video. Creating my month ahead fund, which is essential for financial stability. Start by analyzing your finances, creating a budget, automate your savings, and remember, do not keep this month ahead fund in your main bank. Use another bank. Just in case Capital One system is down, you can run over to Chase and use that card. And another thing before I go, remember we're trying not to reuse credit cards. Hence another reason for us to be creating or to be funding our emergency fund or our month ahead fund. All right? So again, I encourage you all to start your own month ahead fund today. And please share your progress in the comments below. Share your what ifs. What came to your mind last week if you're a Capital One banker or if your bank was affected by the outage from this third-party vendor? What were your thoughts? What was the main thing? What was your main concern for those couple days, especially after payday, especially if you had bills that were due on the day or the day after you got paid and the money still wasn't in your account? What were your thoughts when you look in your pantry and there wasn't enough to feed your babies? All right. So together we can build a financially secure future. And guess what? We will know exactly what's in our wallet. So thank you all for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more financial tips and advice. All right. Bye.